Hey, what's up YouTube? Scott's Sky Tradition back with another video. Gonna do a video tonight about a little something different. You can see that awesome pie chart in front of you. So, about once every year, it comes time to renew my insurance. So basically what I've been doing for the last couple days is kind of going through my collection and taking a total of everything that I have. And also, kind of just coming up with some total figures so I know how much how much insurance I want to use. But one of the things that I did is I created this pie chart. This is basically how my collection is diversified right now. You can see 65% is through the Packers PSA registry, which is a lot, but it was actually more like 85% even before the year started. And I've been diversifying into some other things here. Those of you guys who watch my channel know that one of my big goals last year was to diversify into some other things, and baseball was a big part of it. So the baseball registry right here, that takes up about 22% of, and these percentages are based on a value standpoint. So 65% of the value in my collection is with the Packers registry set. About 22% for the baseball. That goes for the top 250 in the hobby registry mostly. Then I've got the football other category. So this is like football cards that are not Packers cards that are in the top 250. My auto PSA DNA, about 3% there. Packers patches and auto cards. So that's some of the more modern cards that I have in slabs and whatnot. Takes up about 6%. And then I got my basketball Bucks collection, about 3% in the value. Brewers also about 3%. Tiny bit for my Badgers hockey collection, which I actually have not shown yet on YouTube, but maybe someday I will. And then my memorabilia, about 4% of total value in my collection. And displays, that tiny little sliver there is about 1% of the worth for my collection. So it just kind of goes to show you the scope of my Packers collection, that it takes up 65% of all value in my collection. So just kind of a cool visual, I thought, to kind of show you guys kind of all the different avenues that I'm in right now. You can see it's Friday night here in Wisconsin. Temperatures are heating up. We're almost up to, actually we are up over 0 degrees now, so that's awesome. So it's definitely time to have a good couple spotted cows. In the background, usually I wouldn't have Viking stuff in my background, but this is the latest issue of Gridiron Greats magazine, a magazine produced and edited by Bob Swick, and basically it just goes through basically football collectors, and like here's a story on the Doomsday collection, which is the PSA registry set. A gentleman by the name of Steve Wolf, who I actually know from one of the groups that I'm in, and just a lot of cool stories like that about different ways to collect. And it comes out quarterly, so if you're interested in it, nobody's paying me to say this, but it is a good magazine and it's a good read if you're into collectibles, and especially football collectibles. And the last thing I wanted to talk about today is insurance. So I imagine this is the question a lot of you guys, a lot of collectors have asked themselves over the years is, when do I insure my collection? How do I insure my collection? Well, there's a couple different ways to do it. I go through a company called Collect Insure, and let me just kind of show you with the Collectables Insurance Services. So if you go to www.collectinsure.com, you can get kind of a few different quotes based on whatever it is that you do collect. Obviously, most of us collect sports cards. So just to give you guys an idea about how much some of that stuff cost is, for instance, about $50,000 worth of coverage probably cost you about $318 a year. That was based on a quote that I received about 2 years ago for my collection. So obviously, if you have less of a collection, you're gonna pay a lot less than $318 a year. And if you need more insurance, you're going to pay more than that per year. And so, I don't know, it just gives you kind of peace of mind. I'm just looking at some of the items in my quote here. Basically, you get $50,000 of blanket coverage. This is on a quote of mine from 2 years ago. $50,000 of blanket coverage on any item in your collection. And if there's any one item in your collection that's worth $25,000 or more, you do have to schedule it with them, which means you basically put it online and write down exactly what you have and submit it to them. And they also, this company also does cover you for mailing. So if you're sending a lot of stuff out in the mail, receiving mail, and card gets damaged or whatnot, and the seller's not going to help you out, well, insurance will step in and cover it. And then there's a bunch of different tiers of that that you can look through. So it's just a good idea. Especially if you have kind of an extensive collection, I think insurance is a good idea. So it's not the most exciting part about collecting, but I think I only got like one item in last month. But there comes a time where you just need to sit down and look at what you have, assess everything. I actually went through my entire collection and I wrote down. Actually, I have it on a big Excel spreadsheet, and I basically went through everything and what the current value is conservatively if I were to sell it today. And I looked at what I paid for it initially, and I kind of chart everything that way, just so I can keep track of what I have. Otherwise, it's just so easy to just purchase, and not have any idea what you have or what you've gained, what you've lost on certain items. So that's what I've been doing for the last week or so. Now, I did pick up a cool card about 2 nights ago, so I'm expecting that in probably sometime next week for my second mail day of the year. But this is kind of that unexciting time of year, kind of like right before tax returns come back, and where I'm assessing. I usually renew my insurance in February each year. So if anybody has questions on insurance or insuring your collection, or what to do, or or any of those general questions that you have about your collection, I mean, I'm happy to answer them. I've been using this insurance company for about 4 years now. They're awesome. They're very receptive in getting back to you. They answer all my stupid questions as well. So, well, that's all I got, guys. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Stay warm, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.